In this video, we will be taking my first mini four-wheel drive, the Toyota Supra GR, out of the graveyard and putting it back to life. So as you can see, there's a lot of parts and stuff in here because I bought this first car, didn't know how to do anything. I just started buying random stuff and people were like giving me random stuff like these wheels, and kind of just turned into a mess. I had no idea what I was doing and it never really ran well, that is. So today we're going to be putting this back together, and we're going to be putting it together in the way that I wanted to do it at the beginning, which was on the cheap. So I'm going to try to use parts that I have and maybe a couple of new parts to make this thing usable. So first up, the parts that I'm going to be opening. We got a rear brake stay. It's just the FRP. We got these aluminum race rollers, so front rollers. And I have like so many of these. I figured I might as well use it, and I'm really actually planning on painting this blue anyways, so it should work out pretty good, I'm assuming. So with just these parts, it's about, I don't know, 18 bucks or something like that. All these parts, I think, together, excluding the original car, is probably around, I'm gonna guess 20 bucks or so. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind when you're starting out building, is don't expect it to be super duper cheap, but you can also do it without paying too much. So when I first started, I was looking for a quick fix. I had this car stock and I put a Mach Dash Pro into it, a Mach Dash motor, probably like one of the faster motors, and it would just fly off the course because it was too light. It couldn't control it. So I'm not going to try the exact same motor because where I'm going to test this out is going to be probably not suitable for that. But we will try and give it the speed and love that it deserves. So first things first, we're going to use the motor. We got a Hyper Dash Pro, Light Dash Pro. I think the place we're going has this jump and then it's turn right after it, so I don't think the light dash is even going to be good for this, so we might just do torque tuned because it doesn't have a lot of straightaways either, so the rev tune probably isn't the best idea. So we will install the torque tuned 2 Pro. So we got the gears and the motors in place, and touch it up with a little bit of oil because it's been a bit. There we go. And once that gets moving, it'll cut it a little better. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do for the guts. I'll put this back on. Okay, so now we're ready to do the front. We're gonna use this front stay, and we use the rear brake stay for the front brake actually on this one. We'll do these aluminum ball racer roller. These are two, definitely by far, these are almost as expensive as just the base car, which is kind of wild, but I do think that they'll work quite well. And anything else for the front, that should be it. So we're just going to line up the screws on the front here, and we'll also screw down the front stay. Okay, so we got the bottom and the top good to go. I'm going to cut out the brake, and I'll probably wrap it around the front for this one. So I'll cut it about there. Alright, there we go. Wrapped around the front, cut out on the back. Hopefully it's not too sticky. But where we're going, we need to slow it down before the jump, because it jumps and turns. But there's also a ramp, so we'll see. And next up, we're gonna have to do the rollers. And with the 13mm rollers, this is the one that we want to put it into. Okay, so we got our rollers ready, spacers, and all that jazz. I guess we could use this. Don't really need one. So first of all, put this up through. Then we do roller spacer, roller spacer, roller spacer again, spacer, and then if there's any extra, we'll cap it off and we'll put these on the top. Don't forget to lube. There we go. So this is a very simple yet effective front roller setup. There we go. Already looks a million times better. Next up, we'll do the side dampers. So I'm going to use these. I think these are actually for the MHS, and I think I bought it for this car specifically. So I did want to use them, even though I think they look stupid. We're going to make it work. This one, the setup is super simple. Just go these two here. You can screw it in there if you want to. I usually don't. And then screw through here. Boom. And then we're going to cap these as well. Actually, a little weight probably won't hurt this car. We'll do 3. Alright, so that one didn't go in. It's not stripped. I don't know. We don't need it. So let's get these washers and then the nuts on here. And then we can get everything locked down. There we go. And that's the side done. Just went with the black balls. I was going to use the tubing, but I had 4 black ones, so. Alright, so we got the rear stay here. It's like a W looking one. And then we're going to use this fluorescent guy. I think it came with these maybe, or maybe a different set of dampers, but I figure the same color would be good. And then these black stays for it. Then we just screw this down on the back. Alright, so there we go. We got the brake stay on. Looks pretty good so far. Next up we need the rollers and then the dampers, and we're good to go. Alright, so for these ones we just have the screw, spacer, roller, spacer. And you don't want to go too tight because you can see how nicely it was spinning. And then you tighten it up too much and it changes it quite a bit. Okay, so now all we need to do is put we're going to use the plastic rollers on top of some spacers up here, and we're about good to go. Don't forget your lube. Ooh, squirted. Alright, there we go. We just need to cap them off. There we go, we got the brake back on too. Looks pretty cool. I don't like the green tires, but we'll take what we can get. And the last part will be putting on the dampers on the back. Just make sure you put the flat side down, and this screws directly into the body. Alright, and the back is all done. So now all we need, it's got a little more heft than it did before. Put that together, looks pretty nice. I'll have to get that put down actually. Alright, the screws kind of get in the way, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. We'll get some tape up here, and oh my god, we'll get that back in, that'll be good to go. There we have the souped up Supra, so let's go get it on the track. So I swapped out the top for one that's quite similar. This front part here is a little too low. I didn't feel like cutting it, and I actually had this just sitting around. Now, let's test this bad boy out. Alright, so it worked pretty well, but this ball fell off and the spacer, I lost it. So we're gonna fix this up, try and figure out what we need to make sure this stuff doesn't fall off. But overall it did work really well. The only thing was that you needed to adjust the brake and where the brake was on here. So how much of this brake made a huge difference, because you have the jump and you can see that it swerves, and then there's a jump and then a turn on one part. So adjusting it like this was a little too much, and that was the last one when the roller fell off. So about to like here, just a couple of millimeters was the perfect length. Right here. So when it was lined up directly with this rear plate that's on the front. So I'm just going to use a slightly longer screw. Something like this should work. I could put something between here, but I don't think I need it. Then again, this is the internet, so I just filled it up with some spacers. And while I'm in here, I'm going to shorten from this to this. Just, I think it's 1.5. And lastly, we put on some dampers in the front. I think it will give it a little more stability. I did feel like it was a little front light. So here we go. And we'll go back for round 2. But I will say one thing. This looks amazing.